Hello, Capricorn. This is Mary with Sayre. This is your second half of September 2020 reading, tarot and oracle card reading. I'm going to do your reading different this time because, well, it kind of seems like the same stuff is coming out. And so that it feels the same, you know. So that feels that, at least for this group. I'm not sure why that is, but it feels like it's kind of the same thing happening. Maybe there's groups of people, different groups of people that are watching this, but I kind of think maybe I need to come from a different direction. That I'm encountering resistance here, or you may be encountering resistance, maybe stuck. So what I'm going to do here, and I'm being guided to do, is to just do this in a completely different way, without a process, and just with intuition. Okay? My guides, your guides, our guides. Our higher selves. Okay. So we're going to start with the Amente Oracle card. I listen to opposing opinions. So I listen to opposing opinions. I'm going to leave that there for a minute. No, they said don't. Okay, so sorry about the smackdown. So I listen to opposing opinions. So this says there's a light and a dark. I don't know if these are birds here. Yeah, they look like they're birds. See them? There's a light and a dark bird. Okay, and then two roses. So two different colored roses, two different colored birds. And so I'm just listening real quick. So it's kind of this unchangeable energy that it's always been done this way and it always will. I see what like looking at things a certain way and thinking that when somebody says this or does this, that is what that means. And so there's a challenge here to consider listening to other people's opinion. Why is that important? Because it will give you insight about what their motivation is. And so the end result matters. I mean, the motivation, okay, the end result can look differently if the motivation is based on different things. Okay, here's something. So if somebody lies to you, or, yeah, so let's just take that one. If somebody lies to you and okay, what's their motivation? They lie to everyone. They're narcissistic. That's one way. Are they narcissistic? Or are we putting them in that place? The second side may be that they do that because they're afraid of telling the truth. They're afraid of confrontation. So that is different than narcissism. It's avoidance, So that is a different personality that would do that. The other way is that they lie all the time. Someone lies just to get their way. They may not be narcissistic, but they just want to manipulate. And just to get what they want. And then, they're not all bad, but they don't feel like lying is any kind of problem. So, or crossing certain boundaries is not a problem. So see how those situations look different when you understand the motivation behind it. So that would be looking at other people's opinions. I mean, if we just took lying in itself and we talk to different people, do you ever lie? You ask your friends or people, do you ever lie? Well, no, I never lie. Well, maybe only when I don't want to hurt someone's feelings. And you can get a lot from other people and understand when they lie. Have you ever cheated on your spouse? Some people won't tell you the truth, but some people may. Yeah, I do it all the time when they make me upset. And then I can go back and can be calm and I don't have to deal with talking to them about the problem. You see how that is a way of them dealing with it without dealing with it, Or they could say, I do that when they withhold sex from me. I do that because my dad did that. I did that because I can't tell anybody no. See, those come from all different directions. I do that because I have a sexual addiction. See, all of those different opinions and the reasons why they do things, it matters. It matters whether it's something you can work on. It matters because it's maybe a doorway into why you do things. Okay. Maybe your own excuses. I don't know who that's for. Okay, so they asked me to pull another card from this deck. So I honor animals with reverence. So when we talk about animals, we're talking about life in general. So this would be all life, whether it's a plant, whether it's an animal, whether it's a blade of grass, whether it's a snail that you don't see and you step on. I don't know why that's there, but it could be that somebody stepped on a snail today. So when we respect other beings, like animals, life, animals, people. I said that again, people. When we respect others, I mean, how do I say this? When we respect ourselves, we respect others automatically. When we don't respect ourselves, then we don't care about other people. And you could say, yeah, I respect myself, and I'm feeling some, people talking back to me, and that's what we want. We want you to engage, right? Um, but when we're good to ourselves, we know how to be good to other people. So let me go back to that. Do you think you're being good to yourself? Do you honor yourself? Do you take action? What is your motivation behind the action you take? And that's why we're digging. We're coming from a different place now because we're meeting resistance with some of the other readings that they're saying. That there's something that needs to be looked at here. What is it within us that we don't do for ourselves that we're not doing for others? Okay. Maybe we're expecting them to do what we can't do for ourselves. And so that would be giving our power away, right? So maybe we put up with people, or we put up with situations, or we connect with people because we don't want to connect with ourselves. And why is that? What's wrong with connecting with yourself and giving yourself what you need first? And then you don't have to search outside of you and give your power away and give it to someone else to do for you. Okay, that was kind of deep, huh? Just some questions to ponder, So this is the Intuitions Oracle deck. It's really a cute deck. Very vivid, beautiful pictures. They look like they're watercolors or maybe colored pencils. Maybe a little bit of both. I'm an artist, so I love art, all different kinds. You don't have to be an artist to love that, though, obviously. Okay, so we're going to get a card out of this deck. I'm just going to kind of shuffle and see if I can get something to jump. Yep, I got it. Practice patience. Excuse me. Stretch your stuff. Okay. Practicing patience. This is a raven. Bear with me for a moment, please. So, keywords with the raven is truthfulness, patience, and belief. Raven reminds you in the situation involves a whole lot. Start over. Reminds me to be patient reading this to you. Raven reminds you that this situation involves a whole lot of patience. A matter that has recently arisen is affecting your ability to be truthful with yourself along with others. Raven speaks the truth with love and patience. Don't mind the time or fear running out of time. Instead, believe that what you want will happen, but will take time. No matter the category of life that you require patience as love, finances, career, or health, it would benefit for you not to focus on the clock, but instead to work at building a strong foundation around you. It is at the right time, and you will know when that time happens that you will fly again. Okay, so you may be feeling grounded because there's work to do, right? You may not know all of the factors yet that are preventing your wishes from coming true, and you don't need to. You only need to believe that the moon will light the way that will help guide Raven to the right place at the right time. So while you're there, you can consider listening to other people's opinions and maybe the reasons why you do things, your motivation for doing things, and to honor all those with reverence, starting with yourself. Whenever you're in patience with somebody or something, take a minute to reflect on yourself. Am I being impatient with myself in that way? So let's look at the peacock strutting your stuff. And I'm going slow because they're asking me to slow down. Okay, the key words here is beauty, confidence, foresight, and clairvoyance. Peacock is completely aware of his beauty and wants you to work on believing that you are too beautiful inside and out. Peacock believes that you have lost confidence with your inner and outer appearance. Oftentimes, to regain that confidence, you must fake it to make it, and it is then that you push yourself into a vibration which is your true self. Peacock may have come into your life to show that you are coming into a new spiritual growth path. It may be time to begin working on becoming a certified Reiki or quantum touch, or possibly to take a tarot or meditation class. If you are feeling less than beautiful, embrace Peacock and allow him to help you stretch your stuff. So it would appear that you're divine the way you are, and that you just need to embrace who you are and look at the good things accept the good things, nurture yourself, and nurture those things that make you happy. Nurture the motivation, the good motivation behind your actions. And the motivation that's not so good, well, take a look at that and see what needs to be changed, because that can't feel well. It's what we seek in others that we cannot give ourselves. Okay, so I'm not going to do any tarot right now because I don't think that's what you need. You may feel that's what you need, but so we're going to look at the enchanted map now. Because we can go on all day long about who did what to who, right? But we're still involved in it. And if we're still, it's maybe time to just step back and look at the situation. Look at the opinions. Look at the reasons why people do things. And as you raise your vibration, you may find that there's some things that need to be changed. Okay, Gentle Gardener. Okay, that's reversed. And then I have Rock Bottom reversed. Okay. That kind of feels appropriate, unfortunately. But there's nowhere to go but up now, right? So the Gentle Gardener talks about, I can read this one, but basically I can do it intuitively. Sometimes it bugs me when people read too much. This is Gentle Gardener. I'm not going to read, I'll read Rock Bottom reversed. Gentle Gardener talks about be careful what you plant, what you think about, what you engage in. Because every action we take, thought we make, action we take, is part of who we are. So it's a day in and day actions that plant the seeds that grow, okay? And even with our thoughts, an example, if we're thinking negative thoughts, what are we planting in our garden like imagination? If we're thinking negative thoughts, we're imagining negative things. If we plant positive thoughts, then we're creating positive things. We're actually creating, not destroying or holding ourselves down. Because when we're in a lower vibration, we're not in a place of creation. We're in a place of kind of depression. And it's a place of lack. A lack of being loved, a lack of financial prosperity. Instead of looking at opportunities, we look at what we don't have. And that just creates weeds. But it's never too late to pull the weeds out of our garden. It's never too late to plant better seeds, to think better thoughts. So that's what you're asking. That's what you're being asked to consider. That Looking at your true, as you understand other people's opinions, look at your own opinions. It'll help you reflect on your own. Okay, and so rock bottom. We are going to read that one reverse. Reverse this card is a symbol for addiction in all forms. Subtle or obvious, doing the same thing over and over and expecting different results will never provide you with what you desire. At this moment, there is nowhere else to go, and you're facing the end of the road. If you fear change, be willing to change. Surrender your wants to a higher power. Ask for truth and allow humility to be your guiding force from within. You will always get what you need. You are only a victim of your perceptions. Take heart, because you can't sink any further. The only way to go up from here is up, and wonderful and wondrous things await you. What is your motivation for the things you're doing and what you're reaching for that's outside yourself? I love you very much, and it's time to break through this wall that's been holding you back. If that is what you choose to do, it's here for you. And the help, and your guides are ready, and our guides are ready. Take care, and have a good couple weeks. Bye-bye.